Happy fall, everybody. The website you're seeing on screen right now is called spin.moe. And what it basically is that it's a random anime picker. You basically type in your username to a website that records which anime you've watched, like My Anime List, AniList, and Kitsu. That last one I didn't even know existed. Um, and it will then select something from one of your lists from none at all to watching, reading, completed, on hold, dropped, plan to watch slash read, and uh, repeating. I don't think this was actually on here last time I was on this website. But anyway, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically select 6 anime that I've already completed and then give my raw, unedited opinions on each of them as they come up. I do apologize in advance if I am a bit rambly. This is very unscripted. And the reason why I'm doing this is right now I've had a bit of problems getting the video that I want to get out. And so I figured that I'd make something like this, not as edited, not as put together to try and basically hold my channel over until I can get the 2 videos that I'm working on out and about. And at least one of them should be up and about by the end of October. So yeah, that's basically it. Now, I guess I should also explain a bit more about spin.moe here. Now, this isn't the only random anime finder. I do know that there are a few others, and I might do some more from those in the future if anyone wants to recommend me one. But if I actually go to, if I go to his here, you can see that I have a few other options like minimum episode, maximum episode slash chapter, which streaming service it's on, source material. That's actually a very nice one, and whether or not it is basically hentai or not, as well as a few of the possible genres. That's not what I'm going to do here. So, as you can see right here, Bilal-kun does not show up when I have it on AniList because I do not have an AniList account. I do have a My Anime List account. I've had one for years. I have heard of AniList. I've never heard of Kitsu until I started using this website. And I'm going to and completed all types anime, and this is basically how it works. So a lot of people use this to try and find or weed out an anime that they might like from their uh, plan to on hold or plan to watch slash read list. Um, and I have definitely done that before, but right now I am going to do it like this. And this is going on long enough. I really need to get started. So, spin. Uh, and the first one that comes up is first spin may take some time. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a few months since I used this. Just gonna pause until this comes up actually. Alright, so now we have the first one to come up, and the first one to come up is World Trigger. Just gonna open this up here. As you can see, I have it listed right here as very good. And this is actually the first of 3 seasons. See, there's World Trigger second season and World Trigger third season. And this is all one continuous story. And World Trigger is really underrated. This is easily one of the best shows that no one talks about. I mean, this does have a fairly high score of 7.58, but it's still really underrated when you compare it to a lot of other long-running action shows. Um, how do I describe World Trigger? It's basically a sci-fi version of Isekai that is really good. I really love the main character. I think that he's one of the best in anime. There are quite a few that I do prefer over Osamu here, but yeah, where is he? Where is he? Osamu Mikumo. This guy is listed third, but he is very much the main protagonist. Um, there are a few like Alan Walker and Eren Yeager that I do prefer because they have because they appeal more to me. But Osamu is a very strong character, and I am really not doing this show justice. But yeah, I would. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to say from now on, I'm going to say whether or not I recommend them or whether I don't recommend them first. And this one is a very strong recommended. I would recommend this in a heartbeat to anyone who is predisposed to trying it out. This is a very underrated show, and I think that a lot more people should watch it. God, I spinned already. Alright, so spin again. But yeah, World Trigger. Is there anything else I want to say about World Trigger? Like this is 73 episodes, so I know plus the 12 episode and 14 episode sequel seasons, so that's yeah, that's 99 episodes total, which is just under 100. That's a very respectable amount, and but at the same time, some people may be off put by episode count, especially because the manga is ongoing, albeit the manga is a lot like hiatus. The mangaka has to take frequent breaks due to back problems. And much like Hunter x Hunter, this is a fantastic thing. Okay, okay. Here is the next one. Oh, The World God Only Knows. The World God Only Knows. This is another show that I would recommend, especially if you like something that kind of makes fun of itself for being a harem anime. This is the most one of the most self-aware anime that I've ever seen, and it's very very funny for it. One thing that I don't like is the third season. There's quite a lot of seasons here. There's this one. There is the for some reason there is no sequel season here. But basically there are 3 seasons plus this two-part OVA prequel. Uh, and the third season is basically a jump ahead to very later on in the manga, so that is a bit of a caveat. I would recommend the first 2 seasons fairly easily, but that third one will basically require you to read the manga before you get there in order to kind of follow what is going on, because doesn't do a good job of building up its premise, because that is kind of when there's a bit of a switch in the dynamic, although it's slightly alluded to in the prequel. But yeah, this show, have I mentioned that this is hilarious? This is one of the funniest that I've ever seen. And this is not very hard to find. The manga has concluded. Oh, I have it here as average. I have it here as average. I didn't know. Oh. Like, I do not remember. Why would I put it there as average? Hmm. Yeah, this 7 for the prequel, that, if it, this 7 for the prequel, that makes more sense. Let's see. Alright, I'm not the best when it comes to this, as you can see. Oh, there's also another prequel, Flag Zero. I forgot about that, but that's basically just an 11-minute short. Alright, here is the second season. As you can see, I have it as very good. Not sure why the first season was average. That's very odd. Forni no Idol. Alright, yeah, alright, here is... Alright, yeah, I forgot about this. This is just basically a fine little OVA. Don't even think it's canon. I'm just going around in circles here trying to get to that final season. Megami Hen, there it is, Megami Hen. Yeah, okay, so this is the above mentioned third oh, oh, I was on the third season. Ah, that's why everything, okay, 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 that explains it, that's why this is average. Yeah, I thought that the third season was just kind of lacking. First, and I guess as a sequel, I should probably say that you should watch the first two seasons first. But yeah, this makes more sense. Season 1 and 2, very good. Season 3, just okay. Read the manga instead of that of it. But I would recommend these two, season 1 and 2, very easily. Uh, and now for for our third spin, Inuyasha. Inuyasha, okay. Oh, oops, oops. Uh, Forgot to open up the tab for that one. Okay, just gonna have to. All right, here we are, Inuyasha. As you can see, I have it here as good. Like, I grew up with this. I have some nostalgia. I think it's um, and Inuyasha. How do I describe Inuyasha? Inuyasha is, and do I recommend it? I don't feel that Inuyasha has aged all that well. I think that there are much better shows if you want to find something. If you want um, if you want a fantasy, swords and sorcery fantasy, there's Del Toro Quest. There is Black Clover. That is basically this shonen action demographic done a lot better. And Inuyasha, like Inuyasha has some really strong moments and ideas, but the execution is sometimes lacking, especially later on. It starts out with this semi-nice horror tinge to everything, and I really like the feudal aesthetic, especially with this very rural-esque setting, rural-esque tinge to the setting, I should say, because a lot of time it's in very isolated villages or on the road traveling Pokemon style. Um, but this, uh, like it has some great characters, and so do I recommend this? Do I recommend this? That should be the main focal point of this. I think that there are better things. Like if this looks interesting, if you've seen some things of it and it looks interesting, I'd say go for it. But there are tons of better stuff than Inuyasha out there. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, Lord El Malloy. Lord El Malloy. Okay. Here's another good fantasy one. I'm getting a lot of fantasies. I'm getting a lot of good. I'm getting a lot of good fantasies. Rail Zeppelin Grace Note. Okay, this one, I would say I'd recommend it. I think that the story is fine and that it really nails the atmosphere and visuals. Um, but there is a bit of a caveat, and that is that this is basically a Fate Zero spin-off. Lord El Malloy II here, he's basically a character from Fate Zero. Also makes an appearance in the Unlimited Blade Works anime. We have some things right here. Well, there's a prequel. Did I watch the Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'll mark the prequel together, and there's a side story here. Did I watch that? No, I have not. Okay. I'm just gonna add this to my plan to watch. So I would say that this this is a good thing to get into. I really did like it. I thought it nailed quite a lot of things that a lot of modern anime don't, like in just really atmosphere and a lot of subtlety. I remember that very vividly, in fact. But it does have one big caveat that you need knowledge on basically how magic works in Fate to be able to follow it a lot of the time, and the Fate anime doesn't do the best of explaining that. Some people will say that the first episode does that, and while it definitely does try, I'd say to read Fate Stay Night Rialta Nua, which is the 15 plus version of the Fate Stay Night story visual novel. And that basically does a better job of explaining this, and I feel like I followed it much better with knowledge from that than without it. So this one, recommend or no, I'd say caveat. I forgot to spin again. Okay. This will be our fifth spin, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yes, it is. Amegami. Oh my goddess, ah my goddess. This one, this one, would I recommend it? Like it's fine. There are worse things, but like I wouldn't. I would not. I mean, there's everything else on this list. Is better in my opinion. I think that even the goddess arc that I just gave a 5, even though I gave this a 6, I'd still watch the goddess arc of The World God Only Knows again because it's just better. There are two seasons of this, by the way. And also and also a 2 episode OVA. Yeah, this okay. I do remember watching this 2 episode OVA. And it was fine. It was better than this one. Oh My Gods is a slice of life romantic comedy that is just kind of bland in a lot of places. Um, but then again, it's been years since I watched it. I haven't watched it since I was a teenager, so maybe this holds out better than I remember, but I have a pretty good memory for this stuff, and most stuff tends to either age poor, and things from my memory tend to either age poorly or age really well if I liked them. And most things that I really don't like uh, tend to not have very radical changes. So I would say no to whether or not I would recommend this one. And the final one is The Samurai. Oh, okay. I remember this. This is a 1 episode OVA, and it's good. So this is basically a samurai who is trying to stop 2 ninja girls from basically taking back something that he has. He basically has a dagger that used to belong to their family, a gift, late memento of his father, if I'm not mistaken. They try to get it back but he has a reason to kind of keep it. Um, I I would say this is yeah. This one is good. This one, all right. So yeah, this one is good. Yeah, so that's how I'm gonna end this. Those are the 6 anime that came up during this Spin Not Moe run, and 5 out of the 6 that came up, I would give a solid recommendation. Just as a recall, they are World Trigger, The World God Only Knows, and Inuyasha, Lord El Malloy, and The Samurai. Although Lord El Malloy again is predicated on your knowledge of the Fate series. So maybe I should instead move this to not recommended, even though I really like it, alongside Ah My Goddess. And that's basically the list, I guess. So yeah, you can let me know how you liked it. Do you agree or disagree with my whether or not I would recommend them here. And I guess I will see you next time, but hey, please leave a comment. Hopefully my next video will be out either before the end of this week or early next week. That's what I'm aiming for right now, and so until then, see you later. YouTube is probably going to put some recommendations on screen, um, and one thing will be whatever YouTube recommends, and one thing will be whatever I recommend, I guess. Yeah, I think that's how I'll manage this video.